Welcome back, Truth Seeker. One of the top headlines today: the alleged Charlie Kirk assassin, Tyler Robinson, has appeared in court for the first time since the supposed assassination. And I think everybody should refer to it that way, the supposed assassination, because, again, nothing about the story makes sense. We all saw the clip they put out that they wanted everyone to see. And then, again, there's the footage of Charlie being carried away into an SUV, not an ambulance, with zero blood on anybody, no blood trail. Story doesn't make any sense. 30-06, supposedly the bullet got stuck in his neck. Doesn't make any sense. 30-06 would rip through a human being, rip through a few human people. And the whole thing is just, a joke. And that's all you get in the mainstream news. And behind every joke is the Kabbalistic pattern of letters and numbers and dates. It's every single day. It's every single mainstream story. Of course, I broke down the Charlie Kirk thing when the news broke and showed you what the ritual was. It was synced up with Turning Point USA and Donald Trump, who supposedly was elected thanks to Charlie Kirk, which is a load of shit. Donald Trump was rigged for the selection many years in advance, as we told you 4 years before it happened, just like we told you why they were going to install Biden and Trump the time before that. Again, all of this stuff is a rigged shit show, and you can see through it if you just learn the little simple code of ABC123. Now, I wanted to play a clip of Dick Fuentes, Lil Dicky, trying to downplay the significance of Gematria. Gematria32 had it up on his channel, so did King Richard, but I noticed both of their channels don't have the clip up anymore, so I don't know if YouTube took it down or what happened, but both of them had the clips up, and they're now no longer there. Anyway, Lil Dicky was making fun of Gematria in regards to the Charlie Kirk assassination, because that's what a good little shill does. He's here to instigate trouble, not to bring real knowledge to people, not to bring real enlightenment, just to be a little annoying dickhead. And again, I'll reiterate essentially what he said, but I just want people to understand. Every day, all day, nothing but news by the numbers. Today is 92 days after the assassination, and who's in court? The supposed assassin. And of course, last night on Fox News, Sean Hannity had on Erica Kirk, who tried out a new type of acting performance. Of course, she has a history of acting. She's been in music videos, reality TV. Being a person in the news essentially makes you an actor or an actress. That's pretty much all we get are performances every day. But if you missed it last night, she was on Sean Hannity, talking kind of tough to the people who say there was any kind of conspiracy to the Charlie Kirk hoax. That's exactly what it is. For all of you guys who haven't figured it out, you're a little bit slow on the uptake, and that's the problem in America. People are just a little bit too slow. That's why they keep falling for the same shit every day. But yeah, this simple code of letters and numbers. Again, there are 4 base ciphers of the English language: the alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order, and both orders with numerology applied. That's 4 ciphers. It's not 4 million ciphers. It's not a way to contrive something so that everything will line up. But day after day, you learn this system. And again, I learned about it from a book that's nearly 100 years old, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, which reveals this system of encoding the language with numbers. Again, in that book, there's not a whole lot put out by the author. It's just alluded to, and it essentially leaves it up to the reader to research if there's any relevance, and there absolutely is. But look at the gematria of assassination. 92. So what are the odds that the assassin would be in court for the first time 92 days later? And here's the thing about Lil Dicky Nick Fuentes. I wanted to play the clip, but it vanished. He was talking about how dumb it would be for Charlie Kirk's assassination to have been alluded to in the film Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. He's saying, how dumb is that? Some movie from like 1990? Well, that's not quite the right year. You're almost a decade off. And again, it's not just some random movie. It's a movie where literally one of the characters is modeled after Donald Trump, the man who gave the snake poem a bunch of times. I told you I was a snake, but you let me in. And here we are in the year of the snake. Again, the name of the film was Snake Eyes. And yeah, there is an assassination scene of a guy named Charles Kirkland, who's literally sitting next to the character that's supposed to be Donald Trump. So Lil Dicky's like, huh, just some random movie from the 90s because the guy's name's Charles Kirkland? Like, what is it, Gematria? Yeah, it is, you fucking idiot. You little piece of shit. That's why in the opening seconds of the news breaking, I had it all broken down, and it finally, a video got some views, and they had to take it down for old time's sake. There's a reason, like people think Nick Little Dicky has been censored. I've been banned from every damn platform and deleted 20 sometimes on this one. I refuse to leave this one because this is still the main video platform. But listen to this little shit mock the truth. It annoys me that we live in such a dumb country that people follow this little pimple-faced, ugly virgin loser who doesn't have anything to say other than a racist, ignorant comment. And then they think somebody like me, I got the problem because I have figured out the pattern of how these things work. And I figured that out by reading, by informing myself, by researching, by trying to understand why numbers were so important to rituals. And what did I point out in the opening minutes of the Charlie Kirk hoax? That it came 88 days after Trump's birthday. And Trump equals 88. Like the Republican Party equals 88. Like Turning Point USA equals 88. Going with Trump and his 88-foot flagpoles and its 88 Mar-a-Lago raid and the 1,000 other 88 rituals that have happened with Trump since he announced he was running in 2015. I mean, you go back and look at my oldest post on Trump and 88. It was from the days after he announced he was running for president. I said, look at this 88 thing with Trump they're doing. Look at already all these 88 stories. Why do they keep coding 88 into like every damn Trump headline? It got so annoying just in the first days he announced. It was like nothing was happening in the world other than the news spotlight following Donald Trump around. And every day they'd code a new 88 into the headline. I'd say, isn't this strange? How they keep coding 88. And I'd say, 88's not an arbitrary number. George Washington equals 88. Masonic ritual equals 88. The first degree of Freemasonry is the entered apprentice. But yeah, now look what's happened since the minutes the story broke. Next thing you know, there's a shooting at Evergreen High School in Evergreen, Colorado, which equals 88. And who graduated from that high school in 88? Oh, none other than the South Park creator who just put out an episode on Charlie Kirk about a month before the shooting happened. And it was, I think it was set to rerun the day that Charlie Kirk got shot, for the record, as well. So that happened in 88. Who was born in 88 and went to the Jesuit University there in Denver, near where the shooting happened? Isn't that Erica Kirk, born in 88? Who'd had a connection to Trump for longer than she'd had one to Charlie Kirk because she won one of his beauty pageants. And then that Charles Kirkland guy, the actor who played Charles Kirkland, who gets shot in the movie Snake Eyes, like Charlie Kirk in The Year of the Snake. How old was he, the actor, when the Charlie Kirk assassination happened? Wasn't he 88 years old? He's turned 89 since, but he was 88 when it happened. Wow. We've been here for so long just pointing this shit out over and over. I still remember when Trump first took office, I said, just wait until the 88th day in office. Let's see what they do on the 88th day in office. And of course, him being the guy that likes to go golfing, of course, what happened that day was a helicopter crashed on his golf course. It was a Black Hawk, and it was literally synced up with, oh God, who's the old Black Hawk? I can't even think of the Black Hawks star from back then that wore 88, but it was part of the NHL ritual that night too, because that's how this is. All of this stuff is scripted together from the same cabal that's rigging your sports leagues, that's rigging your elections. Again, it all goes back to the secret society, the Masons, and and also the daddies of the Masons, which are the Jesuits. But it's just been a nonstop 88 shit show with Trump ever since, up through the present. And in 2025, you have a fucking loser like Nick Fuentes, who God knows how he has a following. He sure wouldn't if this society hadn't been turned into a bunch of fucking losers, mocking what we're putting out. Dude, fuck you, Lil Dicky. Let's have a debate. Let's have a debate, Lil Loser. Again, how does he have a following? His story, he goes on Piers Morgan. He's like, well, listen, I grew up in a white neighborhood and we played baseball. I bet you sucked at it too. I bet you were dog shit at baseball. I can almost guarantee it with that little scrawny body. What are you going to do with those stick legs? Can't even get the ball out of the infield. But I was a little white kid that liked to play baseball and eat hot dogs, probably alluding to the Dixie sucks. And then I went to college and I realized all of America wasn't white. I mean, God, what a fucking loser. How do you have a following? Is there this many fucking losers in this country? God, it makes me sick. But yeah, this is what goes on every day. And every inch of the Charlie Kirk story is this. Remember, they had to have Erica Kirk go on TV for the first time since the assassination on Remember the 5th of November, the anniversary of the Jesuits trying to kill the Freemason King James, the Freemason King James who eventually died at 58. And about the Jesuits and the Masons, again, Freemasonry equals 58, like Rosicrucian, like secret society, like Solomon's Temple, where all their secrets are in their lore. Remember, Trump won the 58th election. He can only beat women, right? Like women can only go into Freemasonry. And then the second time around, he got 58% of the Electoral College on the anniversary of the King James assassination attempt, which failed, like the hoax on Trump. But again, TP USA 58 like Utah. And, well, you know, it was a mainstream story, and now the mainstream's changed. They say Charlie Kirk's father actually didn't help build the 58-story Trump Tower, so I don't know. Now I don't know which is it. But notice, today's ritual is also 58 days after Charlie Kirk's birthday anniversary. And remember what they did on Charlie Kirk's birthday anniversary. He got the presidential medal with a cross on it. And who else has the October 14th birthday besides George Floyd? Is it the superior general, the leader of the Jesuits? Yeah, Arturo Sosa, the 31st superior general, like Charlie Kirk at age 31. That ritual all happened on the superior general's birthday. And remember, the Jesuits are who are behind modern Freemasonry. Many Jesuit priests wrote the rites of modern Freemasonry. And again, with Freemasonry and the Big 58, there they are doing the Masonic handshake right there. There it is. The same one Trump did with Putin, another guy in the club. We don't shake hands like that. Normal people don't shake hands like that. Look it up. That is the Masonic handshake. You can look up what the Freemason handshake is and what it looks like. That's it. These people are all in the club. That's how you get elevated to the world stage like Charlie Kirk. Was Charlie Kirk really, is he all that he's touted to be? No. He was another ignorant guy, also from the Chicago area, like Nick Fuentes. Remember, Trump got 312 electoral college votes. That's the story. Beating the woman who had the DNC in Chicago. Again, Trump, who was asked by Oprah back in 88, it was 1988, when Oprah out of Chicago asked Trump if he'd want to be president someday. Don't forget how the Pope died at 88 on the 312th day of Trump's age, and then we got the first Chicago Pope from the 312. And what day did we get the first Chicago Pope? Didn't we get him on 5/8? Doesn't Pope Leo XIV for Pope Leo the 14th equal 58? It sure does. But all this Chicago shit, and I mean, it's just all in front of your face. What's going on? Was Charlie in the courtroom today? Was he hiding in the back? The one thing about Charlie, the thing that's hard to hide about him is he's a taller guy. You know, taller you stand out, but you never know, man. There's been surgery done to people's shins to make them bigger and smaller. You just never know. Face Off. Isn't Nicolas Cage in that movie too? Face Off? Now, by the way, just about Nicolas Cage being in Snake Eyes, think about the movies he's been in. He's in Knowing, where he's a mathematics professor and he finds the time capsule with all the numbers written down that reveal the planned major events to come for the year. And don't forget, we had September 10th circled for big fireworks at the start of the year. We pretty much had all the dates circled for the whole year that were the biggest news stories of the year, the Israel attack in Iran, Charlie Kirk, everything else, because they all happen on the kill date month after month, as we pointed out for a decade now. Again, we had September 10th circled when we went over the big dates to plan for the year ahead, back when we went over it at the start of the year in January. But, yeah, again, it's just this stuff, just the same patterns over and over. I went on Clyde Lewis's Ground Zero Radio, and we talked all about all the 58s. Remember, there were a lot of 58s in the Charlie Kirk ritual. You can go back and listen to the broadcast with Clyde Lewis. But yeah, here we are 58 days after his birthday, and his supposed assassins in court for the first time. I'm sure the judge is a Mason too. They typically are. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to cover this real quick. Don't forget the shooter's 22 years old, Utah 22. We didn't even talk about September 11th this year because all the 911 calls got the shooter. Well, I guess despite all the 911 calls, he just turned himself in with his father. That was the story. So, yeah, I've done a lot of work on this Charlie Kirk thing, and there's a lot more in greater details we go into. But I did notice something. I just looked up to see if there was ever an actor named Tyler Robinson, and funny enough, there was, and he was born in 92, right? Tyler Robinson was born in 92. And the movie he's most known for is Patriots Day. It stands out, right? Patriots Day. Charlie Kirk referred to as a patriot pretty much everywhere. I wouldn't call him a patriot, though. I don't think when you stand for political parties, I don't think that makes you a patriot. I think that more makes you a traitor against the country, because both of these political parties are they're in opposition to what this country was supposed to be about. Both of them are. Neither of them stand up for the First or Second Amendment. I get tired of listening to people say it's the liberals that want censorship. Almost all of us lost our YouTube channels for the first time when Trump took office in 2017. Don't forget what happened to me. I finally had found an audience where I could speak out on Twitter, now X. I got deleted at the beginning of this year, January 27, 2025. I just had my best broadcast, right? Over 5,000 people watching in the live stream. Deleted just 2 days later. Don't forget what I got deleted for. It was for calling out the SS salute by Elon Musk and what it had to do with Warner von Braun. Funny enough, Warner von Braun's wife died the exact same day, but they didn't reveal that until 2 weeks later, further proving that I was correct. And yeah, I mean, it's just imagine, you guys. Imagine Nick Fuentes isn't the one they're talking about in the news. They're talking about yours truly. Nick Fuentes makes the world worse. Anyone who thinks I make the world worse is a moron. No, sorry. The information I put out would be changing the world for the better, evening the playing field, helping people see through the two-party deception, the lying mass media, the way all this bullshit happens. And by the way, coming back to Lil Dicky said, what did he say? He said, oh yeah, why would they put their plans in a movie anyway? Why would they put their plans in a movie anyway? Well, Lil Dicky, haven't they been doing it for decades? So you can ask the question why, but anyone is a moron who doesn't recognize that's what they do, that they put out their plans in entertainment that then become the news. Some people think it's their code of ethics. Some people think it's their way of saying, well, we warned you. You should have known what was coming. We gave it to you. How much predictive programming was there for the day that changed the world, September 11th? A lot of us, when we saw the news, we thought it was a rerun of Die Hard because it looked like it was Die Hard again. And not to mention a million other things, from Hollywood to comic books. Again, to act like predictive programming isn't a thing, like the movies putting out what's going to happen before it happens isn't a thing. It's to be a clueless twat. So anyway, I mean, it's all right here in front of your face what's going on, you guys. Secret societies, performing rituals to divide the populace, to keep the shit show going. And it's almost always like a flex, too. They must get back in the lodge and go, can you believe we got away with it again? The people that ran away with your body into the SUV didn't have a drop of blood on them. Not one drop of blood on the trail either. They can't figure it out. Stupid. People are stupid, man. But yeah, about Tyler Robinson being in Patriots Day and being born in 92. I started going, that Patriots Day movie, it premiered in 2016 like it shows up there, but it released right before the Patriots won the Super Bowl, right? And if you watched my first video, which you may or may not have, it got deleted pretty fast by YouTube. It was the most successful video I've had in the last 3 years, which is sad. Before it would have just been average viewership. But it had about 50,000 views in about 24 hours, and then it got taken down for hate speech, which there wasn't any of. And I pointed out, I said, I think there's something, because the NFL season had just gotten underway, and they were doing all these 106 rituals with the NFL season, right? And we noticed that, where's he at? Tyler Robinson. We noticed when they put out the shooter's name, Robinson, it equaled 106. And we said, something going on with 106, because it's all over the NFL right now. And just for example, Armani equals 106, and their symbol's the eagle, and he died right before the NFL kickoff for the 106th season, and the Eagles beat the Cowboys that day to pick up their 106th home win versus the NFC East. And don't forget Jim Irsay, the Colts owner, died 106 days before the season began, and a bunch of other things. But then you had the State Farm Memorial for Charlie Kirk 106 days after the State Farm establishment, while the State Farm figurehead Patrick Mahomes was on 106 career wins. And you could also say it was the 107th day of State Farm's age rather than 106 days after their establishment anniversary. Patrick Mahomes played on Sunday Night Football that night. He went from 106 wins to 107. And don't forget, Charlie Kirk equals 107, like Charlie Sheen, like King Charles. And you might recall Charlie Sheen was doing the Joe Rogan show, and then the Charlie Kirk news broke, and then they talked about Charlie Kirk live in the stream. And then King Charles was with his son for the first time in 19 months, like Charlie Kirk was 19 years old in the year that Turning Point USA was established. And not to mention shooting also equals 107. But, yeah, I'm thinking about it more. You know who has the birthday April 16th? Mr. Cutoffs, the guy that was supposedly the greatest coach ever until Tom Brady left. Bill Belichick, his birthday is April 16th. So he was the Patriots coach when Patriots Day came out, and the Patriots won that Super Bowl over the Falcons. Remember, that was the first Super Bowl after Trump took office the first time. 2025. Or actually, I take it back. No, it was right. It was right after Trump took office. That was the first one. The 25-point comeback, like Trump equals 25, like Pope equals 25, like Falcons equals 25. The Pope blessed that Super Bowl, and that's because Matt Ryan was Jesuit educated. He went to Boston College, where the Patriots are from, as he gave up the 25-point lead in the big script. Scripted sports, scripted politics. But yeah, what's funny about this now is the Patriots, last week in primetime, they picked up the 106th home win of the year, too. So I'm just following all these 106s. And don't forget, the surname Robinson equals 106. The Dodgers just won the World Series this year with their 106th win of the season on Fernando Valenzuela's birthday, who died last year right before the World Series began. And Fernando Valenzuela's full name equals 106. Jackie Robinson would be 106 years old. Remember, people were racist to Jackie Robinson, like Charlie Kirk was a racist, like Nick Fuentes is a racist. Like how Chicago, this city where they come from, they like to demonize race there and say, look at all these black people killing each other in Chicago. I feel like there's something to that. Remember, this year's World Series began on the 53rd death anniversary of Jackie Robinson, and the Dodgers picked up the 53rd World Series win for the NL, not to mention Los Angeles equals 53. And last year, the Dodgers beat the Yankees. The 3 times the Dodgers have beat the Yankees in the World Series, a president was shot in the same year, JFK, Reagan, Trump. And last year, the Dodgers won the World Series with 109 wins, like shooting Los Angeles and Yankees equal 109. And it was 109 days after the shooting hoax of Trump. Another thing you'd have to be a moron to not see through, to not see that it was a hoax. It was such an obvious hoax. And then they had the rigged World Series synced up with the rigged hoax perfectly. Shooting Los Angeles Yankees, 109. You know who had that mapped out way before it happened? We did, like we do year after year. But yeah, there's something going on here because it is always connected. The bullshit news, the rigged sports, the bullshit elections, it's always all connected, and it all goes back to the same people. Again, DC's the Masonic city. All of the American sports are credited to Freemasons. Again, it all goes back to the same place. And by the way, other things buzzing in the news. Kevin Faulk, former Patriot, his daughter, his second daughter dead. The first one died 4 years ago. Now this one, the older one, dies, and she's dead at 30. Notice how Faulk equals 30? 30 is the 19th composite number. This daughter was born when he was 19 years old. His last daughter died at age 19. Okay, follow? And notice also her name, Tanasha, 64. She's dead 64 days before the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is going to be on the 39th day of the year. That Super Bowl was Patriots and Eagles. Remember, Philadelphia is the home of the flag. The flag was on at 239 Arch Street. Trump took on the protesters of the flag September 23rd, 2017. That year, the Super Bowl ended up being the Eagles winning their first Super Bowl over the Patriots with the flag on their helmet. The flag was 239 years old. Trump has the same birthday as the flag. Funny enough, this year, the Super Bowl is 239 days after Trump's birthday. But yeah, you can see the daughter's name, Tanasha, 64. These are the base ciphers of the English language. Alphabetic order, reverse alphabetic order, both orders with numerology applying. Again, her name's also 19. Like her sister died at 19 and the time of Cootie's 19. He was 19 when he had her. And again, 30 is the 19th composite number. Kevin Faulk was on that Super Bowl 36, 38, and 39 Patriots winning team. So he was 45 when his last daughter died 4 years ago, like New England's 45 forwards and backwards. He played at LSU, Louisiana State, 49. He's 49 years old right now, the 33rd composite number. He wore 33 with the Patriots. His daughters died at 30 and 19. Doesn't that add up to 49? Lil Dickie's gone, so what is it, Gematria? Yeah, it is, you fucking retard. Gematria, the killing name. That's a song. Murder by Numbers by the Police is about killing by the code of Gematria, moron. The ABC murders by Agatha Christie, about the same thing. Yeah, there's even more here, but again, just making points about what's going on in the world right now, how all of this shit is connected. How about Adam James Rain? Supposedly took his own life due to ChatGPT on April 11th. Does the majority of the world write that date 11/4? Does his name equal 114 like ChatGPT? Is this even a real story? This is how the news is every day. This is in the news right now because this is in the news right now. They had to bring that up because this is in the news right now. You have another story being blamed on ChatGPT where somebody took not only their own life, but their family member's life. And how old was the family member whose life they took? 83? A 56-year-old killed an 83-year-old. What year did the song Murder by Numbers come out, Lil Dicky? Did it come out in 83? Lil Dicky. Did it come out in 83? How often do we talk about murder in 83? This Jeff Garcia thing, the Jimmy Neutron voice actor. Again, you hear the name Jeff Garcia, you automatically think of guy Jeff Garcia who played for the 49ers and Eagles. Like we always talk about that Bay Area Philly connection. Rituals all the time between those places. The Athletics went from Philly to the Bay, like the Warriors. The Liberty Bell spent time in San Francisco. Yeah, but Jeff Garcia, he was the first gay NFL quarterback. Don't tell me he wasn't gay. He had a huge lisp, playing in San Francisco. The mockery was clear. His wife was hot, though. How much do you want to bet he never touched that wife once? But he touched a lot of men in the Castro. Anyway, 60 days. This guy died 60 days before Super Bowl 60. Jimmy Neutron, 60, like Jeff Garcia. Dead at 50, the big San Francisco number. Garcia, 39, like the Super Bowl's on the 39th day of the year. Dead 27 years after the show came out. The Niners playing Santa Clara. Santa Clara, 27, like Ritual. Santa Clara's Jesuit town. The pilot was September 7th, 98, 27 years ago. The first episode of the official show was the 201st day of the year in 2002. Go figure. We know the Jesuit Order 202 and 177. Jimmy Neutron 177. Again, reminder about who runs the show, the Jesuit Masonic Alliance. He's dead 144 days after that anniversary and also 144 days from his upcoming birthday, which is May 3rd, 5'3". 5'3" is big with the NFL. 53-man roster, 53 and a third yard wide field. Vesica Pisces equals 53, which is the shape of the football in sacred geometry. So, yeah, these are just some of the things buzzing around right now. And, yeah, just a little reminder of Gematria, the thing that shines the light on what's really going on. The Sharon Moore, we covered that yesterday. Fired on the 311th day of his age and now arrested. 311, the 64th prime, like Michigan 64. I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but, you know, shame the black man. Shame the black man. That's what they always do in the news. And then the dummies like Nick Fuentes, they eat all up. See, those black people are bad. Look, the black coach got fired. He was having inappropriate relations. He couldn't control his Johnson. But he gets fired by the numbers, by the perfect ritualistic code, like we see over and over, and people don't catch on. All right. Anyway, let me drop the link here. I got to start my stream on Patreon pretty soon. And actually, I just dropped the link. If you guys want to hop in, join now. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds, then we'll come back and take some calls. All right, we got some people in the back. We got well, the same old crew. What's up? What's up, man?
Well, I just wanted to come on real quick just to say, in the chat yesterday when we had this shit, I had a couple of tethers trying to talk to me about what I was saying about the 14th Amendment and everything, King Richard and stuff. Bro, watch out, my nigga. Again, the shit I was saying in the chat yesterday was factual. When we get all these illegals out the fucking country, jobs, money, everything will go back up. Schooling, all that shit will go back up. Thanks for bringing me up, Zach, but I don't want to get no, ruffle nobody's feathers, but bro, and him and the GN dude, whoever the fuck that nigga name is, cut it, bro. Cut it out of here. Again, where are your parents from, bro? That's what I'm gonna say to you.
Well, hold on. I gotta address what you're saying. I'm not sure what you're saying is true at all. I remember during Cooties 19, almost every place wasn't open because they didn't have enough employees. And then all of a sudden they open the floodgates, and next thing you know, everything's operating again. It's like in this town. A lot of people don't even hardly speak English here, but they know how to do the job. I'm not mad at the illegals.
Yeah, I bet you're not. I mean, you're very well paid, Zach. But like most of us Americans, we do not, because it ruins it for
listen, that argument doesn't make sense. Nothing was open anywhere. It wasn't just this town; it was all over. Nothing was open. People aren't going to work. They're scared of cooties. They opened the door to let people come here who wanted to work, and then businesses were open again.
I'm talking about 30 years.
It was wide open for the Americans, but they were at home watching too much TV, scared to go outside, probably wearing their mask, worried about Cooties 19. So,
right. I mean, you're talking about 5 years. I'm talking about just 30 years, 20 to 25 years. Just even, I could say since the 1960s, really. But just that's what I'm talking about in the whole, like in the whole diaspora. Like it's called a buffer class. You know what I mean? So it's really a buffer class, and I'm just kind of sick of the buffer class. I think they should go back to their home countries and fix their home countries.
Well, the reason their countries are destroyed are mostly because of our intervention. So that's part of it.
But I mean, a lot of countries are still stuck in their ways, though, too. I mean, we intervened in those wars.
So, like, most of the people that are coming up here are Latins, and that's because the U.S. CIA has been all over their countries, destroying their economies and their leadership and everything. So, just like what we're doing in Venezuela right now. So, the reason they come here is because their own country's been destroyed by us, and those corporations want that cheap labor, which is why they also do it, because they know they can bring those people here and exploit them. So, again, you got to look to your own government for why these things are happening.
And then another thing.
All right, well, what's up? What's up, King Richard?
Yo, what's up, Zach? Hey, my video that I reposted of Nick Fuentes making fun of Gematria. I guess it got taken down.
Yeah, because yours and Gematria32s are both gone. I was planning to start the stream by plane, and I was like, what the hell? Yeah. The videos are gone?
Yeah, you seen it, right? Yeah, it was taken down this morning. So,
what did they take it down for?
Supposedly for hate speech.
See, this is what's annoying about our community. Look at all the people showing Nick Fuentes actually talking about hate speech. There wasn't really anything that hateful he said in there. He just made fun of Gematria.
Yeah, he just said, oh, what are they doing, Gematria? I mean, trying like mocking it, kind of.
Yeah.
And for Nick Fuentes to even, hey, Zach, I'm going to say this. They know about the work. They know about Gematria. They know about the work. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? That's why they got to mock it. And I'm pretty sure Erica Kirk knows
Way
about
before
that
Nick
shit,
Fuentes
too.
was on the scene, USA Today and Vice News and all those things were trying to write hit pieces on me. But that's what's annoying.
Yeah.
They flushed us down in the algorithm, so we're not heard of, and they've promoted the Nick Fuenteses to the top, and now that's all everybody's caught up in. All the race baiters and the religious baiters and the political baiters, all the ones
yeah, they're a
doing the
bunch of
bidding for
retards.
exactly what the people at the top want.
Yeah, and those people who follow people like that, a bunch of retards, man. You see how they have these same old talking points. Oh, you think there's a conspiracy, bruh? And they all have the same. They all say the same shit too, right, Zach? Like and bruh.
Yeah,
you know,
it is true.
It's pathetic, man. People can't see through this shit, man. I mean, what more do you need? Do you need that they're literally doing gematria? I mean, supposedly he gets killed, or I don't even believe he's dead. But he dies 88 days after Trump's birthday, and his name equals 88. How many times have you talked about 88 and Trump? About a gazillion times.
Not to mention, I have a book with a long chapter on it too, that's almost a decade old. So
yeah, your first book, right? Letters and Numbers.
Yeah. There's a huge section on Trump, and it's all full of 58s in Trump, too. Those two numbers we talk about more than any other with Trump.
For sure. Yeah, and it's just undeniable, man. It's undeniable. And it's sad you got retards out there right now denying this shit, even though you got all kinds of evidence and facts pointing to what's really going on. So.
Yeah, it is very annoying.
All right, Zach. Hey, I got to keep it short, brother, but hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, take care, King Richard. See you, man.
All right, you too.
What's up, Gematria 32?
Yeah, I didn't know ChatGPT was 114 as well. I dumbed out on that one. That was a good catch. Great. Yeah, I should have caught that. But I put it in the private chat if you wanted to put the clip up.
Do you have the clip that King Richard have, or the one that you put up the first time?
I had put it on private because I knew that they was gonna come for me, but I put it. I put the.
It's original... okay. I wanted to give you guys both credit, but I want to play the one King Richard did because he got the longer one where you get more of the context of what he's saying because he tries to downplay predictive programming and all that.
Yeah. I put it in the private chat and I put exactly where it's at. It's in the 3 hour and 34-minute mark.
Is that where he says the gematria thing, or he gets into it where he leads up to that moment?
He leads up to it. That's where King Richard clipped it from.
Okay. I do want to show it, but I might just do another separate video on it and double down on it because it's annoying. But yeah, I'll go back and play it. So I appreciate that.
I put it on my.
Oh, that's the thing too. I went to look for your comment. Actually, go back and look at the comment you left about where it was in the video. That whole comment's been erased by Google. It's not even there anymore.
I had put it private because I thought I know they're gonna come for me because it's already anything with you is censored. So, but I put it on private right now. You can go to it on my channel. I put it right now.
Okay.
So you go check it out right now. I put it. It's on.
All right. I'm not gonna play it in the stream because I got to switch over to Patreon here in a second, but I'll do it later because I didn't want to show it. So.
Yeah, but that's crazy. It's there. People don't care, or they're just willfully ignorant. And
I'm not sure how old you are. I think you're younger than me, but I know you're older than Nick Fuentes. What do you think about people following a guy like Nick Fuentes? Doesn't it seem almost impossible?
It's hilarious. I was born in '84.
Okay, so we're almost the same age. Okay.
Yeah, and it's you could tell who YouTube's been infiltrated a long time ago, like you said. Like you already see, like Tucker Carlson. Come on, he's been on mainstream news. Now he's a truth seeker. Candace Owens, she was on the Trump. She was on the Trump train. Now she's a truth seeker, just like Fuentes. He was on the Trump train. Now it's ridiculous. You know, a year later, now they truth seekers. It's you got to be out of your mind. Like, you know, it's just, and then even for that kid Fuentes to mention gematria, you could know like what compelled you to even say that? You know, that's how you know that they paying attention. They're paying attention. That's why your video got clipped at 50,000 views in less than 24 hours. You know?
Yeah.
So it's sad. It's sad, but you know, never surrender, I guess. You know?
Indeed. So, all right, man. Well, I appreciate the lead on the thing. So I'll save that Rumble link and the timestamp. We'll go over it later.
See you on Patreon.
All right. Thanks, man. Take care. What's up, Elohim?
Yo, Hubbard, the
What's up,
greatest
man?
teacher alive. The greatest teacher alive. You can hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yo, Hubbard, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Man, Hubbard can't hear me today.
He can never
Hold on.
hear me, but we hear him.
Yo, Hubbard, you can hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hold on. Is it connected now?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
All right, hello?
Yes.
Man, let me refresh.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's all backwards. Okay. King, what's up, King Richard? You came back.
Hey, what's up, bro? Is there a way that I can send you the video, via phone number or whatever?
I'm not gonna play it right now anyway because I almost have to end the stream. But I'll do a separate video with it later. I'll do a separate video with it later.
Is there a way I can send it on your email?
Gematria32 sent the link in the timestamp, so I can just use that.
Okay, for sure. All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, yeah, thanks. All right, can you hear me
Yo,
now?
Hubbard, you can hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to just talk because I can't hear you. But quick observation, man. Quick observation. Do you think it's interesting now, the Bible do mention the Nephilims, the giants that had sex with the daughters of men and mixed basically blood, and they were fucking dogs, fucking donkeys, they were fucking animals, they basically they were fucking up the DNAs. So do you think it's interesting that the gematria of Nephilim has an overlap with, hold on, let me pull up my notes here, man. They say I don't do research. Nephilim has the overlap with Jesuits, 86 and 50. But really that 86. Again, I can't hear you, Mr. Hubbard, but I would like to say my observations, exit the stream, and then listen to you to your response. But yeah, the Nephilim has an overlap with also another observation. Aliens equals 60 in the most simple. And I just had this thinking, what if they do some type of alien thing in Super Bowl 60? That was my other observation. But again, I'm about to exit the stream, and I'm about to hear your response. All right.
Well, I think it's interesting that Nephilim and Jesuits have the overlap. It's interesting. I mean, I can't say that's a hard conclusion. It's like you got to have a million different points of proof to establish a real connection, just like how they keep doing 88 rituals of Trump for up to the moment. I mean, but hey, you got a starting point. You can look into it more. Maybe there's something to it. Oh, I saw we had some super chatters. Chris said Josh Allen went to Wyoming and Jordan Love went to Utah State the day before the Super Bowl. Wyoming plays Utah State in college basketball on February 7th, 2026. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Bills, Packers, definitely teams in the conversation. Roblanto, always with the big 20. Thank you, Roblanto. Appreciate it, man. I'm going to drop the link one more time. And if not, I'm going to switch over here to our Patreon stream. But yeah, I'll probably do a short. Well, God, it's like, can we show the clip of Nick Fuentes? That's annoying that it would get taken down for hate speech, because in the clip that King Richard had, it wasn't Nick Fuentes doing his typical hate speech. It was just him mocking gematria and predictive programming. So, all right, I did drop the link. I got to switch over in about 10 minutes. So if you guys want to get in, now is the time. And I'm working on Thursday night football here in the background. If you guys want to get on the Patreon, man, that's where we cover the sports, and it can be quite lucrative. A lot of people in the community had monster winning days the last 2 days. We don't crush it every day, but we do crush it quite often the last 2 days you didn't want to miss out on. We usually crush 35 Thursday, though. Last week I gave you that for you. Didn't we decode football? And didn't I show you all those 35s lined up in the game last week? Wasn't looking too good for Dak, but was looking good for the Lions. 35 Thursday prevailed again last Thursday. Same story every week. For the guy leaving comments about, if you don't understand how the Jesuits have hidden actual objective history, you don't understand the Jesuits. I don't know who you're talking to or who your comments left for. You're welcome to come on the stream and share your point of view. I have no doubt that history has been completely erased and rewritten for the sake of the people in power. You know, George Orwell has that quote about who controls the present controls the past. It's quite obvious. May the best team win the superb owl. If that's how you think it works, you got a lot to learn. The whole thing's rigged. You know, you would never know who the best team is in rigged sports. You get stories like the unathletic Tom Brady being the greatest quarterback of all time. Just more mockery. Taken at the end of the draft. 199th pick for the record. 46th prime, like Michigan and Tom Brady equal 46. We loved it the other week when he was calling the J.J. McCarthy game against the Lions. We had that upset. We said, oh, yeah, the Michigan product in Michigan with Tom Brady calling the game. Here comes a big upset. Boom. What's up, King Richard?
So what's up, Zach? Hey, for that dumbass yesterday I was saying that the Jesuits don't control Freemasonry, there's only a bunch of texts out there saying the opposite of that. So, yeah, fucking retard saying that in the comments. I seen this comment yesterday before the end of yesterday's live stream, talking about how the Jesuits don't control Freemasonry. Ignorant talking point, because there's already a bunch of texts out there, including Albert Mackey, 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, talking about how the Jesuits control modern Freemasonry.
I think these people are most of these people come and leave these comments are very stuck on the Jew thing. And yeah, no one's denying that the Jesuits do have Jewish origins. There were a lot of Jew converts to Catholicism. But again, you guys are just so stuck on blaming everything on Jews that you're not seeing who the much bigger entity is, the Catholic Church.
Zach, here's another thing. I think what it is, right? It's the Jew thing, but it's also, you got these people out there who just blame everything on Masons. You know, they don't talk about Jesuits or the Society of Jesus. They just talk about the Masons. So, and they're just hell bent on the Masons. They don't talk about like other societies. Like, I get that. There's other orders out there too. It's not just the Jesuits. There's other orders, but the pinnacle is the Jesuits, right? I mean, everything does trace back to them and their numbers. So, anybody making that kind of argument, I'd say they're pretty ignorant. And yeah, there's literally texts out there. It's not even just Albert Mackey's The Secrets of Freemasonry, where he talks about the Jesuits countless times and their influence over modern Freemasonry. But, you know, there's other texts out there I'm not aware of right now, but off the top of my head. But yeah, one that people should check out is The Secrets of Freemasonry by Albert Mackey, a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. So
good recommendation.
Yep. So yeah, I've been reading that too. I've been reading his text, and yeah, he does mention the Jesuits a lot in that text. So yeah, so there's probably more out there I'm forgetting right now. But yeah, and then you got people just blaming Jews. They don't even know what the hell's going on either. They're blaming Jews. I'm not gonna lie, I used to do the same thing back in 2016, but you know, I had to sharpen up my game and look into a lot of these secret society types. Yep. So, and it is the secret societies, right? I mean, you know, anybody out there, you know, that was a good catch by Sebastian yesterday. I did not know about that. How Washington D.C. the coordinates, or not coordinates, but the if you look from an aerial view, it does look like the Kabbalah tree of life.
You know? That makes sense, right? It's the Masonic city.
Yeah, Masonry, Kabbalah. Yeah, yep. And then you got other dummies out there. They'll say shit like, "Oh, Kabbalah is older than Masonry." It's like, I don't know where these retards come from, man, but I don't know. A lot of
Well, that's the problem. A lot of people are dumb. It's just like they don't understand. It's like, yeah, no one said it, the Kabbalah wasn't older than Masonry. I mean,
right, exactly. So that's what I don't get, these ignorant people, and I feel like some of these people that say that type of stuff, I feel like they're just bots. You know what I mean? They're just bots. That's all Twitter is now. It's nothing but bot comments and people that are just pretty much, they're not even real people. It's just bots behind those accounts. So
yeah.
yeah,
That is possible too, because yeah, I do wonder. The live streaming stats I had when it was on there, it was really high, and maybe it was really high, or maybe they were using bots to influence people to buy subscriptions. Who knows?
right, yeah. And then, like, you know how recently they gave you back your old channel, the first one back in, was it 2019? They gave it back to you recently, because I went back to look.
September 3rd. In the last video I did, I was talking a lot about 93, because I went back and looked at the channel. I was like, look at that. The last time I talked about it was all about 93, and then they give my channel back on 93. Come on, man.
Right. But yeah, you just go back and look at just some of the older videos from like 2019. They've taken a lot of those views away, man. A lot of the, even the Ides of March, the Christchurch shooting videos, those have got like what?
Well, that's what I
50
know. So it's
views?
like all the stats have been rewritten for the channel. It's like, well,
Yeah,
what'd they
yeah.
do?
Because last night I was looking at it, I'm like, man, 50 views on this Ides of March Christchurch shooting video. And I'm like, come on, man.
No,
You already
both
know
of the
they're
videos
fudging
I
the
did on that
numbers.
had over 500,000 views. That was the day that my books got taken down. So
Yeah, no, go figure, man, go figure. Was it on? It was on the 74th day of the year, right? That same day.
yeah, it was the Ides of March. Yeah.
Yep, the Ides of March. You know what? Speaking of Ides of March, it's how it's coming up this year. It's gonna be on the kill date next year.
Yeah, that will be. You're right. 44,
It'll be
64 date numerology. Yeah, Ides of March looking deadly.
See, yeah, and I was looking at that, and I was looking at the Ides of March. I'm like, man, because all the stories they've been putting out there, man, it's just been pointing back to the Ides of March. So I don't know if they got something big planned. Could it be another mass shooting? Could it be another Christchurch? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's sad, because then the dummies will hear that and they'll be like, "Oh, see, you couldn't even forecast it. See, you couldn't even forecast the exact location." Even though a shooting will probably happen, but then you have the dummies be like, "Oh, see, you couldn't forecast. So you didn't even know where it was at. So Gematria's dumb. It doesn't prove anything." Shoot these motherfuckers, man. I'm sorry, Zach, but just shoot these motherfuckers, man. These people gotta go. People gotta fucking go.
Well, they're definitely en route to phase out humanity. So yeah.
Yeah, and they need to hurry it up, then, man. They need to hurry the fuck up with it. Cause I'm just tired of seeing all these fucking losers. Just, you know what I mean, Zach? I mean, just, we've been awake for a long time. You've been awake a lot longer than me, but you know, I've been awake for a very long time, over 10 years now. And I see all these fucking dummies just walking around, and it's just fucking stupid. You try to explain something to them about numbers and how the shit really works, and they give you the same stupid fucking responses like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." You know the feeling.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Just like the same dumb shit, man. That's why I'm just like, man, the Cabal needs to hurry the fuck up and just fucking take a lot of these sorry motherfuckers out. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna go out without a fight, but yeah, man, these motherfuckers, it's deserved, man. It is deserved. And anybody who disagrees with that, I mean, you just haven't been awake long enough to understand. But yeah, I've been awake since what, 2016, and yeah, ever since Orange Goon got in the office, I'm like, how is anybody even supporting this guy, man? Like, how is anybody even supporting Donald Trump? And even today, how is anybody still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, it is amazing. It's because it's a society of losers. That's why.
You know, society of dumb motherfuckers, man. Society of a bunch of dumb motherfuckers, you know, and they cannot. It's just like I was trying to explain to some dumbass the other day about the Charlie Kirk thing, because he was all infatuated with it, and I was like, talking about how I suppose he passed 88 days from his birthday, and in Gematria Trump equals 88, and Turning Point USA equals 88, and I was talking about the 58 piece, and this dumbass was like, "Oh, what does that even mean, bro?" I'm like, and like, this is the type of guy that didn't even fucking want to listen. He was just like, he kept talking over me, and I kept telling him, like, dude, just listen. Just listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah, listening is a problem for a lot of people too. So
Yeah, they can't even fucking listen or just obtain information. It's like me or you or anybody else out there obtains this information. You know, they go out there and they spread the knowledge, and it's got these dumbasses who can't even fucking sit down or even like listen. You know, they just want to talk over you. So that's kind of why I stopped going on CT's panel too, and kind of giving them the knowledge too, because yeah, they represent that as well. His whole panel, and I, you know what, I'm gonna say this. I do think his panel is a bunch of agents. A lot of those guys are former
That's what
actors.
it seems like. Yeah, that's what it seems
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, because a lot of I did a lot of digging on them, and just a lot of those guys are not just random everyday people. You know, those people are a bunch
Well,
of
what's
some of them are
funny is
actors.
I left a comment for him yesterday. I said, "Why don't you go over your 2018 social media and talk about how you made such a 180?" Because what's funny is
Right.
last night he scrubbed his old Twitter. His whole old Twitter was all about hands up, don't shoot, Black Lives Matter. He was all into that side.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
whole
I
life
seen
was
that.
about. And now he plays Uncle Tom online. It's like, oh, so you went from that to Uncle Tom. Okay.
Right. Yeah. No, I seen that. That was
Instead
back
of talking about it, he scrubbed his whole social media last night. He said, look at that. What a loser.
Did he get rid of it? He got rid of his Twitter account for 2018?
On there. He deleted every single post.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, there you go right there. I mean, that should tell you right there the guy's a character. I mean, the guy's literally playing an act.
Yeah,
he got these fucking idiots.
Because it's such a loser, and that's why all these frauds online don't want their names out there. They don't want you to see that they're a fraud. They don't want you to look up and see what they're really about.
Exactly. That's why, like, but it's just like I looked up a lot of his people that he has on there, like a lot of his regulars. That guy Bob, that dude's I don't know, that dude is some kind of weirdo, but he's always funding. You notice him too, right, Bob? This dude's always funding CT. He's always giving him money.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of those guys that go on there, they're a bunch of agents. A lot of them, they come from the world of entertainment, even though it's B-list movies or whatever. But a lot of them are former actors, former cameramen. Kind of strange having former cameramen on there. And you know, I believe CT used to be an actor, right? He used to be a part of a lot of B movies, correct?
Well, he said he's in one movie.
Yeah, yeah. That explains a lot then. But yeah. Again, these guys are frauds, man. These guys are frauds. You got these retards right now. They're calling you frauds. They're calling you a fraud. It's like, how is Zach a fraud? And then you see they have no argument towards that. They just come up with the same shit. So, especially that one gas station tranny whose his daddy's transgender. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Margot Fleming. So, yeah. And keep in mind, I mean, for all the retards to say, because I was watching a video that CT did. He said, "Look at this poor guy." He's talking about Aaron Fleming. He was like, "Look at these people. These people are just harassing him. He hasn't done nothing to them." And it's like, this guy threatened my girlfriend. He even called my work and started harassing my boss and saying that they need to get me fired. Then he started doing that to me because he found out where I worked at, and yeah, he started harassing me and my girlfriend. And I know he was harassing you and your woman too. So yeah. So yeah, that guy. And think about where he came from, right? Wasn't it the Matrix that brought him in the community?
It was.
Yeah. So who's another shady character who now hangs around with CT and them too. So yeah. A lot of frauds, man. A lot of frauds who used to hang around. A lot of snakes. But all right, brother. Hey, I don't mean to take up airtime, but hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, Richard. Take care, man.
All right, you too.
All right, yeah, I got to wrap it up too and start the other stream. Thank you as well, Dale, for the nice, generous $5 again. Very generous. I appreciate it. Thank you, Roblanto. Thank you, Chris. And yeah, when I get that clip of Nick Fuentes, I'll play that, and then we'll go through the 88 list one more time with the visual, because again, you see why these people are really promoted. They're not just agents of chaos, but they're also here to downplay important information, and that's pretty much what every shill on the world stage does. So, all right, guys. I'll see you on Patreon. Till next time.